Hey everybody, how's it? Aloha, this is Jeeps here, your old composer here at the Decomposer Lounge World Music. And this week I'm cycling back to some of the bands I've done in the past already to listen to some more of their music because of your suggestions. So I'm going back to the all-girl band Twice with their track Perfect World, which was actually just released, I guess, last month. And seems to be doing fairly well so far, 27 million views. I want to thank you so much for your suggestions. Without your suggestions, I don't get to learn more about your favorite bands. I also want to thank you very much for your support. A lot of you folks have been sending my videos around. I can tell sometimes on social media. A lot of people are subscribing. It's because of you. And the more the people subscribe, and especially for a particular style of music or a specific band, the more I review those bands. Why not? If you guys are going to come and hang out and subscribe to my channel and you love Twice or any other, K-pop bands, and tell everybody come on down and sub, I'll just keep doing it for as long as I can. So I want to thank you guys very much for everything, your support, your comments, your sharing. So let's do this. From South Korea, the all-girl band Twice. The song is Perfect World. All right.
I apologize. 君とはこれでおしまい。さよなら、ただ already know。悪がってて後悔したって今さ It's too late。砂の城みたい。音もなく崩れてく perfect world。故郷の思い出に未練などなってないのに上来。言い訳やなくなる。機嫌取りならさ。
Man, do I love that. From a cut time into a straight time. At least here in the hook. I'm going to start with the hook first. First, that melody section that goes da 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 da. Very unique, very kind of sensual kind of part of the melody. Very well done. Beautiful intervals in that melody construction there. And when I was talking about half time to straight time, you know when you listen to a song, and that's the beat, right? But it's that style there. Sometimes it's called a cut beat, known better as halftime. But what I loved what happened here in the hook is that they blew up the arrangements and to support the chorus, and they were in cut time, and then they went into full time. That was really, really super cool. That's great songwriting, great song construction. And they were in it in under a minute. That's an old school saying in the record industry, is to get into a hook under a minute. And that has to do with the history of radio and some other things, but that's not what this is about. Another thing I want to touch on, excuse me, briefly is the intricate layers and the work that's done on this track is pretty intense. Too many layers for me to talk about, but it's more than just setting the trap and letting it run and doing things. There's a lot of tweaking going on, a lot of morphing of the sound. In other words, like for instance, at the very beginning there was a snare. A lot of those nuances, soundscape nuances in sequences and stuff is so cool in this style of music. Now the vocals, I'm not familiar with each one of the artists, but I can tell, being that I don't understand the language, which is okay because I don't listen to lyrics. I want to listen to the instruments of the artists first. Then I can always go back and listen to the lyrics. But I love the blend of each one of these voices in this band. In other words, they're very different, yet they're very similar in a very unique way. And I'm sure that a lot of thought went into, as this band was being formed. I don't know the history of the band, but I love that. I love the production. The production's absolutely perfect. All right, let's go on a little more.
Oh
Okay, you got to tell me if that lowering of the volume and that unique effect is actually part of the track that was released, or if it was maybe done separate for this video, because sometimes they will kind of manipulate and change the song slightly when it comes to music videos. I don't know too much about it, but I've heard of that happening before. I don't know what happened after the second chorus, but the next phrase for the second verse was such a great breakaway from what had already been established. Really nice chord changes in what is being played there. And I can't help but have to focus back that this is a girl band, and there's some really super nice, not overly complicated harmonies, but very supportive. You know, so this is only the second song of theirs I've heard. I'm sure there's a lot more you want me to hear. But this one is not very complex in the harmonies, and it feels like it gives parallel power to each one of the artists in this song. Sometimes when you have multiple singers, like a boy band or a girl band and stuff, the harmonies can get very intricate and stuff. And in this case, what's really super intricate here is the production, the composition, and the arrangement. Yes, the song is great. The girls sound fantastic, but because I'm a composer, my ears kind of settle into the other nuances of the construction of the song. You know, and it's that is what we are feeling as the listener, is the power of the programming of the drums and the unique techniques that they're using, you know, to take let's say a trap and a bass and a drum pattern, and then mess around with the tones to give us sensations and different, you know, I don't know what the term is called now, where they sweep in and out of volumes and it goes to lo-fi to hi-fi, you know, kind of things. But really, really super cool. So let's see if I can shut up and we'll finish this song. Oh man, I got to tell you, something else that I'm listening to right now that I really, really, really love, that I was hearing, is that what was once established as the melody that was sung in the first hook, a synth took over that melodic arrangement, da 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 da, in the background. And then as I was listening deeper and deeper and deeper, there are some really nice supportive lines that are behind. So these synth keyboard lines that are behind the vocal that are even giving it that much support and sizzle. And then of course I can't help but feel a little bit of Latin flair in some of this. And I'm trying to remember, I think this was the band I first did. Their first track also had like a bossa nova Latin thing, I'm not too sure. So I don't know if that's part of their signature sound, but I mean, I obviously have much, much more to go through. But this was another great song. I want to thank you guys for hanging in there with me through these, you know, breakdowns and reactions. If you have other songs from Twice or any other bands, K-pop bands too, and also any other cool music from Korea. It doesn't have to be K-pop. If there's some wonderful young, you know, musicians or even older musicians, I'm down for listening to like legacy musicians from around the world in the style in which they perform. It doesn't have to be about pop music. Anything to celebrate the culture, I'm down for. So you can also please, you know, suggest that. So thank you very much for supporting. Thank you very much for subbing and getting everybody else to sub to the channel and all your suggestions and everything. And I'll be back tomorrow. I think I will be doing, who am I going to do tomorrow? SB19, I think, comes tomorrow. So hang on for that one. All right, guys, everybody have a wonderful day. Aloha.